Good morning, fourth graders. It's Monday, April 20th, and it's Miss Ferguson. I am coming to you today with a little mini lesson I've noticed with some of our writing and just in general, this can be tricky, um, that we are mixing up our different twos, meaning TO, TOO, and TWO. So we're going to do a little bit of a lesson on that today. And what's important to know is that they are homonyms, and homonyms are words that are spelled the same, but they have different meanings. So why did the peacock and the two goats and a bunny rabbit have to stay after school? To learn some tricky homonyms, and that's what we are going to talk about today. So let's go over those words. Two, when it's spelled TWO, is the number word. You know that it comes between 1 and 3. So when it's spelled TWO, we're talking about the number. TOO can mean also or in addition, and it can also mean very or more than should be. TO is the most common of these three. It actually can have many different meanings. It can indicate a direction, like I'm going back to school, or it can be used in front of a verb. Sorry, technology is not always easy. So here's some examples, okay? Two, we have two of each animal, okay? There's a lion, a tiger, and two bears. TOO, I want to be interviewed too. Or, not so nice, you're too dull. He should interview me. And lastly, two, in terms of to the beach, I'm going to swim the whole time. Or remind me to send a postcard to my sister. So let's do a mini quiz. Which of the following sentences shows the wrong usage of the word? Have you had a chance to play the hot new game, Furious Birds? You use a catapult to fling birds and knock down some buildings. Of course, most of the birds are too fat to go very far. Which one of these is using the incorrect version of to? What do you think? If you said C, you are correct. It should have been TOO. The birds are very fat, more than they should be, and it should have been TOO. Let's try it again. Did you know that the famous Mr. Phineas Q Moneybags III owes over 2 dozen sports cars? The wealthy Mr. Moneybags, known as MB to his friends, hates driving the same car 2 days in a row. His son thinks buying all those cars was too wasteful, but Phineas doesn't agree. Which one of those sentences is incorrectly using to? Think about what we've talked about in the PowerPoint before this, in the different meanings of those homonym words. If you said A, you are correct. If he has 2 dozen sports cars, that's a number and it should be TWO. It's talking about a certain number. Zog had spent the last 3 days, and nights too, working on his new creation. He could not wait to show it off to all of his friends when he was done with it. First, he'd have to figure out what to call it and what to use it for, too. So which one of these sentences is incorrectly using the word to? It would be B. It should be to as in to. If it's paired with a verb talking about to show it off, it's to. The pirates had been sailing for nearly 2 months, prowling the high seas for unsuspecting ships to attack. They were not only almost out of food, but their water barrels were practically empty too. The weary men were too scared of their captain to demand that he turn the ship around, though. So which one of these is using to incorrectly? It would be A. It should be the word to as in TWO because it's talking about a number of months. There's a gopher in my backyard that has already eaten 2 of my mother's tomato plants in over 50 carrots. She wants the pesky critter gone, but she cares too much about animals and won't do anything that might harm the gopher. I'm going to buy a sonic emitter that uses sound waves to drive away annoying pests without hurting them. So which one of these is incorrectly using to? If you said C, you are correct. It should be TO. It's paired with a verb because he or she is going to buy something, so it should be TO. I'm a little suspicious that my new neighbor might be an evil mastermind plotting to take over the world. The big clue was when I saw him reading a book called How to Conquer the World in 2 Weeks or Less. I think his pet cat, Butterscotch, might be evil too, but that could just be my imagination. Which one of these is using to incorrectly? If you said C, you are correct. It should be T. My technology is getting ahead of me. It should be TOO. Jessica's family goes to the Outer Banks in North Carolina every year at the end of July. This year, they are going to be staying for 2 weeks instead of just one, as they normally do. Jessica's parents are going to let her bring along a friend this year. Which one of these is using to incorrectly? If you said A, you are correct. It should be TO. They're going to or in the direction of a particular place. My father spent 2 years designing and building his latest creation, Robo, the mathematical robot. I tried to have Robo do my algebra homework for me last night while I played video games. Unfortunately, not only did Robo make a ton of mistakes, but its handwriting was messy too. So which one is incorrect? If you said B, you are correct. It should be TO. It's paired with a verb, as in I tried to have. Tim and his family are flying to Oregon this coming March, so they can visit his grandparents in Portland. He hasn't seen them since they last visited Tim's family in Delaware over 2 years ago. Tim's dad thought driving would be fun, but his mom said a car ride would be too long. So which one is using it incorrectly? C. It should be TOO. The car ride would be overly long, so the more long than Tim's mom wants it to be, so it should be TOO. The three sheep greeted the latest visitor to their hillside with some nervousness. Normally, the trio of fluffy friends were more than happy to welcome a guest. However, this particular sheep had teeth that seemed a bit too sharp for eating just grass. If you said B, you are correct. It should be TO instead of TOO. It's paired with a verb in the phrase more than happy to welcome. When you're using to, or to, don't forget that TWO is a number word between 1 and 3. TOO can mean also or in addition, and it can also mean very or more than should be. TO is the most common. It has a lot of different meanings and it can show a direction, and it can be used in front of a verb. Girls, today you have a news ELA article assigned. It's on Martin Luther King. There's just one posted right now. I'm doing them by the day. It seems to be less confusing. So there's one posted, and you have your packet pages. I believe it's pages 202 and 203 in the new packet for this week on using two sources. Your writing assignment for today is to do your writing prompt from your packet. And instead of just doing that and holding on to it, I want to have you submit that. So either send a picture or an email or however you would like to do that. If you have any questions or problems, you know how to call me or reach me. I miss you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.